Okay, so I'm just gonna do a quick spread for the energy present with us right now. Um, I actually got up early today, and I thought I was gonna get up and just go early, but then how the way my night went, I was like, yeah, we're not getting up super early to do anything. We're gonna take our time. So I'm like, I feel like pulling out the car, so I'm like, pull the car, and I'm like, okay. And then it was like, get the camera. So that's what I did. I got the camera. Ma'am, no, don't take that in the bathroom. Stay out here. Yes, thank you for listening. So grateful that you're such a good listener. Grateful. Yeah. All right. I don't own any rights to any media that you may hear in the background, just to let y'all know. All right, copyright purposes. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, let me sow pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, or to be understanding, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Excuse my baby, because she's still discovering her voice and stuff like that. So she likes to grunt, growl, and yell and scream. So if that's not your cup of tea, or if that makes you feel some type of way because your hearing may be affected, or you might be annoyed by small children, I suggest you click off now. All right, so what's being transformed? Interesting. Cancer, I feel. Supporting the transformation is Leo. Okay, first thing I think of is Mercury and Mars, because Mars is retrograded back into Cancer. Leo is now in Virgo. Mercury is in Cancer. It's going to go to Leo, but it is going to retrograde. I think all Mercury signs retrogrades are in fire signs this year, 16 and 17. So it's like taking one step and taking another step. So one step is to transform how you feel about something, alchemize your feelings into something. And then the I will is like wheeling that into existence, is like manifesting, I guess you could say, manifesting what's invisible into the physical by action. And then Virgo would be the physical response to that. Okay, and after that would be Libra, which is the attraction of uh, differing or similar mindsets in relationships. All right, so what's the challenge here? Provoker. All right, we have um, the square with Mars and Uranus separating. Both is at 29 degrees, just like the sun right now is Gemini 29 degrees. Finales or things, something feels final. And this is an 11. 47 breaks down to an 11. So the challenge is being pushed to be your master self, or to master your identity with things, not allowing things to kind of like, not allowing like labels or something, or your past to be an indicator of who you are. So what's going on right now is you're being pushed to detach from those storylines, people, places, things, so that you can ultimately see yourself in a pure way. All right, what's the spiritual lesson? Your belief system. 26. How you nurture yourself, take care of yourself, is all based on what you believe about yourself. Now, Saturn and Neptune are going to retrograde back into Pisces. However, again, with the 6, it's like whatever you're participating in on a subconscious, like your feelings, whatever you're allowing yourself to feel, Like if you're sticking to those feelings, you stand in those feelings, you're not allowing it to transmute into bringing something, willing something into existence. See, that's the thing too. I got Yod Destiny at the bottom with my nails. Now I wasn't smoking or nothing. I was trying to light something out on out fire. And then this, I was closing my door, my car door, and this piece not dented my nail a certain way and it broke. These are representative of your willpower, your thumbs, okay? So this is like you're willing something into existence. But how you take care of yourself is in association with what you believe to be true about yourself subconsciously. This is the subconscious realm, Pisces. It's where everything connects. So if you're constantly connecting with things that, if you used to feel and will into existence things that made you feel like you were less than, or you just didn't have high self-esteem, or you was dealing with relationships that made you feel less than, it's because you're being provoked during those moments. So once you feel that, you need to transmute it into having the situation or the energy play out in your favor, because you need to have a higher belief system. And that's what affirmations and subliminal messaging is for, especially while you're sleeping. Pisces, Neptune, sleeping, dreamland, fantasies. Um, if you need to create a fantasy world where you're being treated the respectfully, lovingly, compassionately to help you ease into this energy a lot better, then do that. Then that's better to take care of yourself in that way than constantly looping in your mind that you feel like crap because people won't let you do what you want to do. It's like, no, you feel like crap because you're not allowing yourself to do what it is that you truly want to do. And other people showing up is provoking that out of you. And the only blockage is that you didn't believe that you were one. You didn't truly believe, or you had a moment of a lapse in judgment where you didn't truly have faith in your higher power. That is you. So the sign of progress here. Yeah, the transformation was supporting the transformation. The test, the gift, and the sign of the sign of progress is Venus love here, and it's a stable love with that 4 stability for the Earth number. So you're going to start to see again with Earth is that there is some type of physical confirmation, like something's going to come up and like I knew I was right, or I knew, you know, whatever you feel about yourself subconsciously, that's what's going to be reflected to you. So if you've been working really hard and this provoking this cross, this square energy that has came up, if it's provoking you to get all that negativity to filth, like it's forcing you to do a cleanse, cleansing your space, cleanse your body, cleanse your mind, like that's going to help you to have a higher belief system about yourself. And then you see that the love that you may have always wanted was always there. And maybe you didn't see it at first, but now you're going to start to see it and believe it. Again, believe is here because you've been provoked to be put in a situation where it has to show up. But it's only going to show up if you're a match to it. So you have to feel in vibration alignment with that in order to help will it in. Yeah. Like our words, our spells, our words do hold a lot of, weight in this density. But how you feel is what determines, the level of, you know, it determines how you feel is like the push to how it's gonna come in. The words is just like you can build it this way, but if you feel like on the lower end, then it's gonna come in a lowly flashing. If you feel higher, what you're building with words is gonna come in a higher fashion. It all depends on how you feel. That comes first. Cancer, just like Aries and Libra and Capricorn, are all initiating signs. So how we start off this summer solstice, as we had 29-degree Gemini, we're going to the summer solstice. How you be clear on how you feel right now, because Leo season is going to help wheel that into existence like it does every year. Okay. And we're going to have a Mercury retrograde that's going to help us to, go over some moments where we were provoked emotionally, we were provoked in a situation, and how we need to respond to situations according to how we feel about ourselves, not what we're trying to force an outside environment to believe about us. Don't force your will. You don't have to force your will. That's not love. Okay, that's something different. That's passion, not love. Passion can be in love. It could be passionate love, but never force your will. Never force your will. A Leo who is dying for attention is not a good sight. Trust me, believe it. All right, Cancer. I feel clarify that. Oh, we got justice. You feel like something needs to be either explained, or you feel someone is going to come to you with an explanation, or you may be looking for the Most High to explain something to you. Clarify this justice card, please. Okay, something coming to you. It could be abundance. You trying to see when the right job or the right client is going to come to you. Okay, let's look at this Leo I will. Okay, so this is what the willpower is looking like right now. This is what you're willing into existence. You feel like you're willing into existence where you're separated from other people because of the type of thoughts or the conversations you have. Clarify this Five of Swords. You got the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Wands. You know you're working diligently towards something, but you really can't. If this, like the person in this card is looking back, right? And then this card is like you got all the Ten of Wands. It's like you can't even see past the wands right now. You don't even know how hard you've been really working on something. You just know that you're looking for it, but you're so busy you can't even see it. Okay, so now here's the Provoker. Ooh, and then the Tower comes with the Provoker, with the Hangman. Now you're being forced to look at something with the Sun here. So there's definitely clarity. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. However, the Provoker here with the Tower and the Hangman, two majors. We got majors, 4 majors so far. But the Tower is like an awakening moment. Like something has to end. Something has to shift. Here's the Force is the Provoker. The Square provoked you or the situation that you're in, which is still you. But the Provoker is saying, like, the challenge is really that you need to look at things from a different point of view. Now, if this was reversed, if this was reversed, and I'm not saying the card meaning reverse, I mean, like, if you look at him in the reversal, like, he's just laying down with the number, making a number 4 with his legs, right? So when you become enlightened to something, the head here, the crown, the third eye, right, is shining bright. Whenever there's pictures with the sun behind the head of a person, that means that they come from they are associated with being enlightened, okay, like with the sun. Okay, they're enlightened. That's why it's bright up here. So everything else is just aligned to that. Now, when it's in a reverse, now the person is in the reverse, but the card is not in reverse. So you're still getting enlightenment, but you're just seeing things from a different perspective. Because even if they were sitting next to each other and they was looking at it from his perspective, everything is like this. Something is still standing, but it's like you're going up. What's coming out, it could be like a root chakra cleanse, or the root is you're grounding yourself better now, and with the better grounding that you're doing, you're able to break off from something that you used to be or used to do. Like, it's not as scary, I think, as it used to be, or something normally would be, because you have a different perspective. Like when something that is scary or disastrous is happening, you're being forced to look at things from a light perspective. Gemini season was about making light of things, helping things to be a bit lighter so they can move swiftly. Mercury does great in air and earth energy because it has the ability to move swiftly. Okay. So with the movement, you're something is being pushed or something is already pushed to a breaking point. And now it's like use that breaking point to look at things from a higher perspective. Like if you were God or you're the most high or you're the goddess of, if you look at things from that perspective, what do you see? What do you believe? Ooh, you got the Page of Cups and the King of Pentacles. So this Page of Cups offer could be coming from a King of Pentacles, like somebody who has a lot of something they're willing to offer you a head start. You don't see this coming, or you might be so in your mind busy trying to figure out how something is going to work. Don't miss this Page of Cups. Why is the page? What's the Page of Cups for? Why is the King of Pentacles giving the Page of Cups? The World card for a new beginning. This could be career support. Could be career support. You got the Five of Wands at the bottom. So this is something that's extremely exciting. Like you can't believe it. Okay, I could believe it. Yeah, this King of Pentacles is extending this Page of Cups to start over. I feel like this is a career opportunity or something related to money because you got the 9 here and the King here. Because you're looking to see your money balance out and you're doing all this work that you can't see what's right in front of you. So now that you're forced to look at what's in front of you, like what can you utilize right now that you have in your present moment that's going to help you help yourself? How can you turn this whole thing around, right? And it's going to be so, like, don't be mad at yourself. Yeah, heal. Be calm, be compassionate. Get down. All right, let's look at this love being a sign of progress. We got the 10 swords, that's Sun and Gemini. And the Page of Swords. Okay. So there may be a love or someone that did a love spell still hanging on, trying to see how it works. It didn't work. Someone tried to put a love spell on you and it did not work. They were trying to watch and see if it would work or what would happen. It's not working. Someone tried to see if you truly love them. And it's like, nope, you learned a lesson. This person might have said something that dead the entire situation. And I think that's the information you might find out is something is over with. What's over in the situation? Okay, this came out sideways. So this is like having difficulty communicating. Like if there's been a lack of communication, that's about to end. Literally with the Death card, it's about to end. Somebody's about to come with some, and then the 9 of Cups at the bottom too with the King of Cups. It's like somebody about to. Usually, this card indicates an offer being made. Again, I was thinking money, but it's like this could be money and love coming in unison. Gemini season represents the twins, right? So things are balancing out with justice. But it's like this person, this King of Cups, has been withholding saying something for a long time. It's like they're finally going to say whatever it is they want to say, but it comes with an offer. And I think this offer is different from this. These are two different offers. This has to do with the world. So this is giving more so career, the King of Pentacles, or something stabilizing your world. Your world is going to become stable again. Again, when I was saying with the root chakra, which has to do with, you know, the I am, being in total connection, rooted, grounded in who you are. That groundedness offers you the ability to start over again in the world in a way that will heal you, because you've been waiting on it, but it's been right in front of you. And then the step forward is that you also see this reflected when it comes to your love life or whatever close partnership that you have. This can also be an ancestor you feel like has not been communicating with you, or you haven't been able to get clear communication from the spiritual guidance system because you've been too busy doing stuff. You haven't given yourself a time to sit down and actually listen to what your ancestors are trying to get you to understand and do. Yeah, you was doing way too much work trying to be the boss when they got something way easier and lighter for you to do that's more up your alley, that gives you the ability to be yourself, your creative self, exactly the way you want to be. Yeah, the right people are going to pay attention. You just can't second guess yourself. Look at this. You wondering if this is ever going to come. This is what you're attached to. You wondering if this is ever going to come in. It is coming. The Knight of Cups is here. You just stressed out. Everything is going to be okay. Yeah, with the Lovers. Okay. Someone is returning. I feel like whoever this Knight of Wands is that's returning, they're trying to bank off this situation. Whoever this is, they killed the relationship. That's why y'all probably don't talk no more. You moved on, but they didn't. But now they are, because your offer is coming from a King of Cups, not nobody with swords. Okay. Whoever got swords is mad. Their words are kind of like, how the way they say stuff is really sharp and borderline evil, mean, because that's just how they feel about yourself. It's not a reflection of you. If someone talks to you and they're very mean about it. But yeah, the person that's coming in for you is a King of Cups energy, someone who has the ability to be accountable for their emotions. Like, they're not going to just leave you hanging or leave you with question marks. You're actually going to know. So however that resonates for you, And I'm going to leave it there. Peace.